Present the colors by the Havasu PD Honor Guard. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to introduce Chief Dan Doyle.
Go ahead and take your seats, please. Welcome to our 2014 Citizen Recognition Ceremony. And now I'd like to invite Mayor Nexsen to come up and say a few words.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Let me start by saying thank you and congratulations to our award recipients. At this ceremony, and again at 6 this evening, I have the pleasure of honoring many of our citizens for their involvement in our community. The involvement that they have put forth and their dedication to volunteering is what makes this such a great place to live. A case in point, last Saturday, many of our citizens spent the morning with me and several other from our city staff as well as city council to improve one of our beaches. And I just heard on Sunday that beach was absolutely crowded, so it paid off. There were people of all ages that were there to help. A citizen cannot be great without the help of its citizens. And that is what this afternoon is all about, how you are making the city great. Now, our police officers are very, very good at what they do. They work hard to keep us safe and secure. But they also recognize that the department is better yet when people like you are involved. Our officers can't be everywhere all the time. So your watchful eyes make a huge difference in our community. Tonight we have award recipients that have reported crimes, including defacing public property and armed robbery. In addition, we have some young people here tonight in which their quick reactions led to saving lives. Yes, our police department is very good, but when the community is actively involved like tonight's heroes, our department is made even better. So thank you for being great citizens. Thank you for taking action. Be proud of what you have done, because we are certainly proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. There were two goals that I had set when I became chief about 8 years ago. One of those goals was that I wanted to establish a professional and proactive police response to crime and public safety in Lake Havasu City. The second consisted of partnering with the community to establish a coordinated response to crime. In essence, the goal is getting the community to police itself as well as look after each other. Imagine if we could have a community of 53,000 people that send a strong message to criminal element that they'll not be tolerated. But we don't have to imagine that in Lake Havasu City. We have a community that cares and is willing to get involved, and we have citizens that will not tolerate criminals preying on others. We have citizens that look out for each other. Today we have young people present whose attentiveness and action save the lives of others. How great is Lake Havasu City? Your actions have been invaluable, and we would not be successful without them. Our governing principles are based on citizen participation, and each of you is a prime example of the type of citizen that truly represents Lake Havasu City. We're powerless without your involvement, and we're ineffective without your assistance. We're grateful, and we thank you. Our first set of awards are Citizen Crime Fighter Awards. Our first recipient is Gregory Cox, who reported a defacing of our new city skate park. On August 15th, 2014, at approximately 6:43 p.m., the Lake Havasu City Police Department received a 911 call from the area of 1400 South Smoke Tree Avenue, the Tennell Memorial Skate Park. The call was regarding two male individuals who were in the process of defacing the concrete bowl using what appeared to be both spray paint and a Sharpie-style marker. The caller, 15-year-old Gregory Cox, happened to be in the area and was alerted to the fact that the two individuals were damaging the property. Gregory provided a very accurate and detailed description of the two subjects involved and kept police dispatch advised of the incident with updated information as the individuals attempted to flee the area on foot. As they were leaving, one was observed by Gregory entering a nearby restroom where he changed his clothing after being made aware that the police had been notified. Once again, Gregory relayed the information to police that included not only the updated clothing information of the individuals, but their last known direction of travel as they left the park. Based on the detailed information provided by Gregory, officers responding to the area were able to locate one of the individuals walking on North Lake Havasu Avenue. As a result of further investigation, both suspects in this case were identified and taken into custody for various charges that included criminal damage as well as several drug-related offenses. If I could have Gregory come up front, please. This certificate is awarded to Gregory Cox, whose positive action and extraordinary commitment to the community assisted the Lake Havasu City Police Department with suppressing crime. This incident was a perfect example of how important partnerships with the community are as it pertains to ensuring a safe and secure community. Gregory, there you go. Can we get a picture? You get one more thing, Gregory. This is yours. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We also had one other young man that participated in that, and that was Connor Stock. Connor was leaving on a church mission, so we held an impromptu ceremony in my office for him last week. So again, Connor Stock was also involved in that. Give him a- Our next Citizen Crime Fighter Awards go to Kyle Beecham and Heidi LaFoon. Go ahead and give them a clap. On June 9th, 2014, Mud Shark Pizza employees Kyle Beecham and Heidi LaFoon observed a suspicious male walking in the parking lot behind the businesses in the 1700 block of Mesquite Avenue. What made the male suspicious to Mr. Beecham and Miss LaFoon was the clothing he wore on a day when the temperature was 115 degrees. He was dressed in all black, including a jacket and wearing a red bandana over his face and gloves on his hands. Both were concerned the male was preparing to commit a robbery. Mr. Beecham and Heidi LaFoon called the police and reported what they saw. Officers arrived a short time later and confronted the suspicious male a short distance away from where Mr. Beecham and Miss LaFoon saw him. The male was apprehended after a short foot pursuit and was found to be in possession of 2 loaded pistols, a package of zip ties, and a container of pepper spray. While the male did not admit that he was planning to commit an armed robbery, the statements that he did provide were inconsistent with normal behavior, to say the least. However, it is the belief among the investigating officers that responded to this situation that there's little doubt that he intended to commit an armed robbery. The Lake Havasu City Police Department's mission statement is to ensure a safe and secure community. We recognize that to achieve that goal, the community and police department must work together to suppress and deter criminal behavior. The actions of Kyle Beecham and Heidi LaFoon on June 9th prevented a serious crime from occurring. If I could have Kyle and Heidi come forward. You can be right here. Okay, this is for outstanding observation skills and prompt reporting of suspicious activity resulting in thwarting a felony crime. An experienced mom there. And I can't stress enough, had they not reported that to us, what could have happened next? We could have very well had a very tragic circumstance had they not called us. So we're extremely proud to have citizens like that in Lake Havasu City. Our next set of awards are our Heroic Citizen Award for life saving. Our first two are going to be to Seth Cormier and Raiden Elliott. Come on up here, guys. Stand here, right here next to me, because I get nervous. You guys kind of keep it. On May 6th, 2014, at approximately 8:18 p.m., 3-year-old Lily Lucas was rescued from a near-drowning situation at a residence on Havasupai Boulevard. She was found unresponsive in an above-ground pool after being pulled from the pool by 6-year-old Raiden Elliott and 10-year-old Seth Cormier. On May 9th at approximately 8:20 p.m., the Lake Havasu City Police Department and fire departments were dispatched to a residence on Havasupai Boulevard in reference to a small child who drowned in a pool. Upon arrival, it was discovered that the resident had recently purchased an above-ground pool and had invited numerous family and friends over for the evening. A trampoline had been placed over the pool so kids could jump into the pool. At some point, it appears that Lily Lucas had removed her life jacket from her person and jumped off the trampoline into the pool. After approximately 30 seconds to 1 minute, Raiden noticed Lily at the bottom of the pool not moving. Raiden and Seth, who was also in the pool, assisted him and pulled Lily up and kept her head above the water. And they both began yelling for help. Lily was unconscious when she was removed from the pool. At this point, Lily's father began CPR and she regained consciousness. Lily was transported to the Havasu Regional Medical Center where she was listed in stable condition. Due to the quick actions of Raiden and Seth, Lily Lucas was saved from what could have been a certain drowning situation. The actions of these young boys showed great bravery and calmness well beyond their years. Thank you. Raiden, this is yours. It's 2 pieces. Careful out the ball again. There you go. All right, that's 2 pieces. There you go. Now, did we have Lily in the audience? Did she make it? She didn't make it. Okay, very good. You got your pictures? Look up at the cameras. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next award goes to Miranda Kimball. Miranda, if you'd like to come up. On July 27th, 2014, at approximately 19:25 hours, that's 7:25, it's just we have this weird timekeeping thing we do. Michael Richards was found at the bottom of a pool, not breathing, at his residence on Acoma Boulevard. Upon the arrival of police officers, Mr. Richards was laying on his side near the edge of the pool. His face was discolored and he had labored breathing. Officers picked Mr. Richards up and moved him to an area that was clear of obstacles so the fire department could treat him. Once on scene, fire department medics medically assessed him and began to treat Mr. Richards. The officers were advised of what had occurred prior to their arrival. The resident advised that they were having a church gathering at the residence. They were all sitting in chairs near the shallow end of the pool while Mr. Richards was swimming laps. Some of the smaller children were in the pool and having a good time. 8-year-old Miranda Kimball yelled to the residents that she had found Mr. Richards laying at the bottom of the pool and wasn't coming up. The adults ran to the deep end of the pool and saw Mr. Richards laying at the bottom of the pool on his side. After noticing that he was not intentionally laying there, they realized that he wasn't moving and was in distress. The adults dove in the pool and pulled Mr. Richards to the surface. They began to perform CPR. Mr. Richards coughed, rolled onto his side, and expelled water. They had estimated that Mr. Richards was at the bottom of the pool for a minute and a half. Mr. Richards was transported to Havasu Regional Medical Center, where it was determined that he was stable, but was flown to Las Vegas to have further neurological testing performed. On July 31st, officers contacted Sunrise Medical Center in Las Vegas, Nevada by phone. They advised that Mr. Richards was released from the hospital to return home. Due to the quick action and notification to adults, Miranda Kimball saved the life of Mr. Richards. Miranda showed a calmness well beyond her years, and due to her quick notification and the actions of the adults performing the CPR, the Lake Havasu Police and Fire Departments were able to stabilize Mr. Richards and get him the medical care that he needed to survive. This certificate is awarded to Miranda Kimball for her extraordinary effort in life-saving. And I do believe we have Mr. Richards here. If you come on up. Okay, thank you very much. You want to shake everybody's hand? Thank you. We're really glad you're doing well.
That's awesome.
That concludes the award ceremony. I would like to say one thing because it's always been a pet peeve of mine. If you notice the young people, the younger adults, I say younger than myself, but also our young people, if you hear anybody say that we're in trouble or the youth of today, well, just look at these young people, and that really tells you where we're at. When it comes to Tennell Memorial Skate Park, we hear people saying that there's so much trouble down there, and it's not, and that's not true. That's not true at all. We have these young people that are using the skate park, they're protecting the skate park, and they're taking responsibility for the skate park. And that's the real story of what's happening down at the skate park and in our city. So again, thank you everybody for coming, and we really appreciate your participation. To the award recipients, thank you for your actions.